Went to Wild Wings today, and
Shocking. Hey, Adam, guess where Chris went today?
I was gonna go to Chili's, but then I got to go past an intersection. Didn't want to do it. But Wild Wings has these mango habanero wings. Bro,
How's your butthole?
not good. You ever eat a food and then your farts immediately smell like the food you just ate? That's what mango habanero does. It's good. I also recommend, well, it's still out there. Panera has a autumn squash soup. Apparently, squash is a laxative. Maybe just for me, not sure. But dude, you will burn your britches. Common Core.
All right, so,
Or as they say in Japan, a Common Core. A Kama chameleon.
Kama chameleon. I guess you're going to sit here and say that at my somewhat advanced age that I'm now one of those. I'm literally Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino. Crotchety old man. Move on.
Yeah, but I don't know that he had a reason to be. He was just,
He's just an old racist. But
yeah.
So
I'm not racist. I just wish
the kids go back to school on a Tuesday or Wednesday. They get through that first week. Boom, Monday comes. Brady comes home. Krista tells me, she sends me a list every day of what the kids got going on. Hey, I've got volleyball practice. I'll pick her up after work, get Brady off the bus, make sure he reads and empties his lunchbox and does whatever, a little chore. Okay, great. That carries on for 2, 3, 4 weeks. First month of school. And I say, bro, every day, do you have homework? He's like, nope, just to read. So him and I read for 25 minutes. I set the timer on my phone. Usually starts ahead of me. By the time I get my chair back and take my glasses off, get my book open, we read books.
So you're not an old man, but you have to take your glasses off and recline.
Yeah, because I'm in my fucking chair and I got the heat on. I can't see close.
I have a question.
You with your hand up.
Thank you. Does your chair have a button that helps you stand up?
Yes, yes, it'll stand all the way up. And yes, you with your hand up, like a Joe.
Do you think we're getting older, right?
No. I have an answer.
That's not the question.
I know where your question's leading me to.
We're getting older.
Okay.
But don't you think we should subvert getting older by doing harder things? Like maybe getting out of a chair.
Pal.
My shoulder.
That's where I'm going with this because that's the
the
truth.
I know you were hurt. I get it. I get it.
I couldn't push myself out of a chair for months.
I get it. I get it.
Got upsold about the chair that stands you all the way up. I will recline the chair like normal people would reach back and grab the arm and recline, watch TV.
Love it.
I recline, I turn the heat on, and I start reading my book. Ah, Jesus Christ. Yes. You in the back.
3 times in a row. It's great. This never happens.
Teacher's pet.
Do you have a chair that guides you up the stairs for you and your small poodle?
When I move to my next house, if we have it upstairs, I'm getting one.
Yeah, that's cool.
But no, I now will recline the seat.
We should also watch Gremlins for Christmas instead of Christmas Vacation.
Okay, I'm in. All right, yeah, great call. And then when I push it to normal, it's you can feel it stop at level, and I get up out of the chair. When my daughter or my wife pick on me about certain things, I will egregiously.
Fildo. Do you need a stool to get to your truck?
Oh, fuck. He knows better. We have the same truck. Roughly. Mine's newer. Whatever. Fuck you, Fildo. If they start talking shit, I'll fucking just sit there and hold the button down, and the chair just goes, and I'm just going way up in the air.
Yeah.
And I just make a point of being an asshole about it.
I love it.
So
You're a
anyhow,
man of leisure.
okay, yes. So we're reading books, and I go, bro, do you have homework? Nope. I finally asked Krista a couple weeks ago. I says, we're 2 months into the fucking. Why doesn't he have homework?
Mm.
And she goes, the teachers have decided to do it in school because it's too much of a burden on the parents to try and figure out Common Core.
I get it.
What the fuck? What the actual fuck?
Yeah.
Like I just told you, I mean, there's a bunch of teachers on this thing because I tagged Krista, and teachers are all butthurt. Don't blame the teachers. You guys are pawns in this game.
But they can't fight against
Common
it.
Core needs to be fucking shot. Why is my kid taking 45 seconds to add 36 plus 5, drawing lines and doing extra math problems?
Yeah.
When I literally drew 36, I go, buddy, I wrote 5 underneath it and drew a line. I drew the plus thing. I go, what's 6 and 5? 11. Put the 1 down. Carry the 1. What's 1 plus 3? 4. Boom. 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? I'm on a rant now, motherfucker. So just sit there. Do not put your fucking hand up. I had a swallow. What the fuck do you have to say?
No, I don't. Go ahead. Just wanted to derail you.
You remember back when we were in school?
Yeah.
And the best thing we had was a calculator that the scientific calculator was the big thing.
Texas Instruments or something like that. Yeah. The T1.
And they said, you need to learn this because you're not always going to have a calculator in your pocket.
Sure.
We have a fucking full-blown computer in our pocket these days.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you still teaching this fucking ancient bullshit? If you go to a job interview and somebody asks you a question and it takes you a minute to give them an answer, what are they going to think?
Yeah.
You're slow.
Mm. Yeah, but I've never been on a job interview.
Why is this so hard? Who's in charge of the education department that they're teaching and forcing this shit?
The communists, dude. I mean, until January 6th, then it's
fuck you, Steve.
Then it's this.
But now
it's this guy's coming in.
Common Core. Fuck. It is the worst. And like people were saying, they're like, my I guess it would be my second cousin. It's my mom's cousin's kid, so I think we're
second draw a line.
He's like, yeah. He goes, it wasn't only that. He goes, there were squares and it incorporated colors. Who the fuck is using colors to add numbers together? What the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, it's rough, dude.
Dude, why are you not teaching kids how to do taxes, to fucking bake a cake, to cook a fucking Thanksgiving turkey, to change a fucking tire? How to fucking square up 2x4s to build a box? Why are you not teaching people life skills? Why are we learning about shit you're never going to fucking use?
It's true. Now,
when was the last time you did a math problem on a piece of paper, Chris? You're what, 45 years old? 44?
Thank you. 45, yeah.
45.
Never. I honestly couldn't tell you.
High school?
I had that done for me.
Yeah. So which was what? 27 years ago?
Yeah,
it's 2024.
Yeah. 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 But if you could say Common Core down the road, the principles that we're teaching you now are going to help you do more complex math. Maybe I could buy into it. Maybe. But I don't see where that's even like, so the bigger the equation, the more little boxes that you got to draw in color. So now we're going to need 8 reams of paper to draw all the boxes, to color those in, to get to the answer when you could just do the math. Thankfully, legally, math is racist. So they're doing away with math. Yeah. Well,
so like what Steve just said. Remember when we had a page of math problems to do in a limited time? Try that with Common Core. So here's the thing, Steve. Last year, my son was in first grade. He had that piece of paper, 25 simple math problems. Sure. 11 plus 7, 8 plus 6, whatever. He just added the numbers basically in his head or counted on his fingers, wrote the answer, and was done. And I think it said, it was a worksheet you could do at home. Try to do it in 2 minutes. We time him. He'd have it done in 45 seconds.
Yeah.
There was none of this fucking Common Core shit though. They like took a year off from it. I'm like, wait a second, now you're back to it.
It's crazy, dude. It makes no sense to me. And as a parent,
yes, the teachers are completely, they have their hands tied.
They can't do anything about it.
Like, please don't blame the teachers. I'm like, no, but guess what? I don't give a fuck if they call me and say your husband shouldn't be doing this. I don't care. My kids shouldn't be doing this.
If you go to a great steakhouse and you get the steak and it's shit, and they go, well, that's just how the owners tell us to do it. It's like, well, this sucks. It's maybe not your fault that you cooked the steak bad, but I'm never coming here again. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing. Like, and as a parent, you feel so goddamn stupid trying to help them figure out a problem. Show your work. I'm like, okay, the work's this big. This is how big the work is. Yeah. You don't need this whole other box with charts and fucking lithographs. You
remember taking math tests back in the day before we were allowed to use calculators? You got the scrap piece of paper. Do you remember trying to do long division?
Yeah.
It took up a fucking quarter of the page over on one side.
Sure.
For one fucking question. You imagine doing that with Common Core?
No. You probably need a steno notebook. Yeah. You need like a legal pad now to do Common Core math. It's to the point where my daughter will come home and she'll be like, this is more of a mommy problem. I'm like, why? She's like, because you won't be able to do it. I'm like, that's fair. Like, I'm not a math guy. Yeah. Can you phrase it in beers? Yeah. Julie drank 4 beers. But Christine drank 9. Christine's going to blow me in the closet.
Helping math. You saw that I just sent Chris the first page of this booklet. And what was that thing? Was that a parallelogram or a trapezoid?
Yeah, it was a parallelogram.
No, that's the one that's on the angle.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Trapezoid.
That was a trapezoid. Oh, that's right, because it's behind the goal in hockey. A trapezoid. All 4 sides, A, B, C, D. Please tell me the length of each side in centimeters.
Yeah, how much
First
is
off,
side A, B, and C all together? Side A equals what? Side B equals side C, and side C equals whatever. Side D equals whatever. But there's no table for it.
And so
the first thing I asked you is, okay, where's the table for the problem? So let's say side A equaled 2. That would mean that side D equals 4. And that would mean side C equals 6. And that would mean that size B equals 4. And you could assign a value to all and then thus be able to answer the first question. But there's no table to it.
No. So what do you need, Chris? What do you need to figure this out?
Either something that measures in centimeters or my penis.
Okay. So first off, B, we don't have.
I got a solid 9.
Secondly, I don't have a fucking centimeter rule. I have a tape measure. I'm not doing fucking fractions to convert inches to centimeters.
What are we in fucking?
Well, I don't know why. What are we?
Saskatchewan?
Yeah. Why the fuck? And all of a sudden, the rest of the questions on the first 2 pages are all in fucking centimeters and meters. We don't measure in meters here. We're literally the only country that doesn't use the metric system. Why the fuck are you teaching kids meters?
We have something called nuclear submarines, so we don't need to do centimeters.
I'm just sitting here going, what the fuck? I'm just getting angrier and angrier.
Yeah, it's rough.
And
dude.
I know that note that I left might get a phone call or whatever. Chris is like, oh, do you want me to email his teacher and see if he can finish it over the weekend? No, motherfucker. He's turning it in. I want to write, we do not have a centimeter fucking ruler in this house. We live in America and it's 2024. Nobody fucking has that.
Yeah. It's rough, dude. It makes no sense.
I am just so fucking pissed off at this fucking education system that the fucking lottery is supposed to be funding. Obviously, it's not if our fucking kids are learning this way to do fucking simple problems.
Yeah, I agree.
Into what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, we grew up, we went through 4 years of high school. most 3 years of that was complete and utter bullshit we're never going to fucking use.
Sure.
Never. When the fuck do I need to know about women's Russian literature? I don't.
Yeah.
Why didn't you show me how to write a check?
Oh, dude.
How to do taxes? Yeah. How to change a tire? I mean, I loved wood shop. I learned some cool
all that's
shit
gone
in wood
now.
shop.
It's all gone now.
Why would you not teach kids life skills in high school instead of fucking complete and utter garbage that they don't need to know?
Yeah.
Why are you forcing kids to take physics in the 11th or 12th grade when they're not going into that field? Why? Yeah. When was the last time you used fucking Pythagorean's theorem?
I don't even know.
When was the last time you used fucking Einstein's relativity thing? E equals mc squared. What the fuck is E, M, and C?
Energy equals mass. E equals.
What's C, dude? What's C? You don't even know. Why are we learning this?
Circumference. Mass and circumference.
What does E? Oh, equals is on the next page. MC squared stand for. Fuck, dude.
Mass and force is C force.
Why is C force? Why is F not force? Why? Just make it make sense, you stupid fucking cunts. I don't know. I can't read it. It's too small. My eyes are fucked.
Hey, Siri.
Oh, yeah. E is energy. M is mass. C is the speed of light.
What does E equals MC squares mean?
I just told you.
Even Siri doesn't know.
Siri. Exactly.
Siri. What does E equals MC squared mean?
Why does she got to be a cunt about that?
I don't know. Say it. God. It's like talking to my wife. Hey, babe.
Huh? the next noise you hear.
What do you think about tacos? Nothing. Here's an article I read about tacos. I don't want to read an article about tacos. I just want fucking tacos. Do you want tacos? I like tacos. I saw this video.
Oh my god, I'm so angry right now. I am gonna take this out on alcohol. I'm gonna feel like fucking complete garbage tomorrow. I'm gonna get up and forget my kids here.
You're fine.
School, not make us fucking lunch.
So I think we missed the boat. So I think about this all the time. And let's use history as an example. Okay. So Vanderbilt.
Jesus Christ.
Long time ago.
Stop.
What?
I opened a link. Charlie sent me a link to an Airbnb, and now my phone just bricked out. There we go.
How do I share screen? Okay. So I think of like Vanderbilt, okay? Where you kind of like see around the corner and go, okay, this is the next way of doing things. All right. So I'm just going to use this as a premise to this video. So Vanderbilt grew up on like ship docks and like would fight, and he ended up scrounging enough money to buy one ship. Then he used that money to buy another ship. Then he had a whole fleet of ships. And then slowly but surely, as the railroad system started to come into play, he sold his shipping empire and bought railroads. And then that's why there's a college named Vanderbilt. That's why if you go to Asheville, there's the Biltmore. I mean, just an immense fortune.
Didn't
the guy
Vanderbilt beat Alabama this year? Football,
I believe so. And they beat somebody else too. But like he saw around the corner and said, shipping's not going to be the way. It's now going to be this. And then I kind of thought, well, what is the one thing in our lifetime that I personally didn't see coming? And I was probably well equipped to adapt to it and be something. And it was video on the internet. I fucking missed that boat so much. I did podcasting in 2006 before a lot of people were.
Pretty much before Anybody did. I
But we had
remember you and Tim. Yeah.
Yeah, but we had to pay for it, and it
Yeah.
was like $100 a month, and that was a lot of money at the time, you know.
It still is a lot of money.
Yeah, but
back then it was a little more though.
But also, like, you had to stay with it. You had to keep doing it and whatever. And then if I would have just said,
no days.
Well, why don't we start putting things on the internet? Why don't how did Mr. Beast do it? Like all that kind of stuff. Like and that he came along late in the game, but he still fucking solved the problem. And then I look at people like this. This is the best written video I've seen in so long.
I've seen this name before, and I'm not sure why.
I don't know who this is, but I'm telling you right now, dude, it's fantastic.
Chick's kind of hot.
So they're playing a drinking game. Here's the premise. It's a drinking game.
Nick, before we go on, have you been doing okay since your sister committed suicide?
Wait a second. He has a queen. Questions. It's a trick. Don't answer the question and ask someone else a question. Her. Ask her.
Are you gonna go to the party on Saturday?
Do you think you're ever gonna get Botox?
It's easy. Keep your cool. Don't get personally offended. 2, fuck you. 3, fuck me. 2 to you. 3 to me. 4 is for whores. 6 for dicks. There's 1 for each. Of course.
So he's going through like a Rounders type of experiment, right? Or experience right now where he's starting to figure out the thing, right? Can you hear it okay?
I've played a game similar to this. It is diabolical.
Sure. But you can hear it.
Yeah. He's going through like in his thoughts. Yeah.
He got his Teddy KGB fucking moment where the Oreos. And
but that first question was fucking awful.
Yes. Yeah. It was great.
Hey, where'd you get that bracelet?
When you're assigned to drink, you drink. When you're not, you don't. Unless you're thirsty. Follow the rules. Simple. It's a game. It's all a game.
Hey, Nick. You with us, man?
Yeah.
Oh, drink! You answered the question!
It's one of the best written things I've ever seen in my life.
I expected him just to be like, fuck. I had this all planned out. I was doing so good. And the dude just literally shoots himself.
It's great. It's literally perfect. The way it's filmed, the way the sound is, it's echoey when he's in his thoughts. Like it is the perfect video.
Yeah, he's sitting there, his eyes are moving around the table. It goes to the chart because you know what everything does. I mean, when we played, we didn't write it down. We just kind of went through it and said, hey, these are the cards that this is what has to happen. You got to remember it. Well, if you're playing with 6-8 people, not everybody's going to remember everything, but combined, you're all going to remember what they're there for. So you just lean on people to tell you what to do. And we played a game like that. It was similar to that. It was called Kings, I think. Or
that's the thing about like
3-man or something. We used to do that shit, and every roll of the dice or each card told you to do something. And when we played Kings, anytime you drew a king, you had to pour your drink in the middle cup. Whoever pulled the 4th king, the game was over, and they had to drink everything in it.
That's fair.
But as it went around, there was a couple safe cards. There was cards where you passed drinks or the thing went back around. It was just like that game, but thank God nobody had a gun.
We were playing some drinking game like 4 weeks ago in St. Louis, and it starts off pretty easy. It's like, all right, red or black.
Oh, yes. London was
great.
We used to play this with London all the time.
Yeah, great game.
Yeah, odd or even.
Higher, lower.
Higher, lower. And then the last one was like name the suit or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So halfway through the thing.
And you did not leave that game sober.
No, everyone's getting drunk.
Everybody's drunk.
And halfway through my turn, I start on, first of all, I fucked up a little bit. I'm red or black. I'm like black. And it's red like 4 times in a row. But at that point, you got to go black because the
It's gonna
likelihood
change,
is that
right?
it's going to be fucking black, you know? So I'm
Fuck you,
taking drinks.
13 red cards in a row.
Yeah. I'm like 4 blacks. That's criminal. So we get half. I go on a little bit of a run. I get halfway up the thing, and the guy goes, suited on or whatever. He said something, and I go, no, it's going to be a 3, and he flips it. And it's a fucking 3. He goes, game's over. You win. Like that's fucking amazing. They're like, how'd you do it? I'm like, am I dumb,
man, bitch?
Yeah, I'm like, I can count cards, Rain Man. But in my dumb mouse brain, I'm like, I haven't seen a 3 come through.
Yeah. You get caught in those traps.
So-
I mean, it fucking messes with your head.
Yeah. Because
we
all you're
played that-
thinking about is the call, like higher or lower, whatever. So you don't pay attention to the number that you have or the number that was drawn. You just pay attention if it was higher or lower.
Yes,
So
yeah.
all of a sudden, I'm like, I haven't seen a 3 yet. So I'm like, it's a fucking 3. And bam, he flips over 3. He goes, you win. Game's over.
Everybody else chugs their beer. I mean, we played one like that where you could go as far as you wanted to, and then you could pass it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that
they had
person
that too.
inherited
Yeah.
it, and they had to get one right to at least move it on. And dude, it was just some of those. I kind of miss having like a night like that with a dozen friends over, playing music in the background, have a game of whatever on TV, and everybody sitting around either playing asshole, playing spoon,
euchre.
3-man, euchre's, just shit like that. I would
Yeah.
love to just have a fuckload of beers and a bunch of friends and couples and shit over and just play games like that. Hey, 4 dudes or 3 guys and 1 chick want to play euchre. All right, cool. Everybody, a bunch of other people were playing assholes. Some people were watching football and they're like, hey, when you're done, I'd like to jump in. Yeah, shit
Great
like that.
game.
Just for drinks, And
Yeah.
at the end of the night, everybody's piled up. Those are the games. Like, I want to rent a cabin down at
Letchworth. No.
what's the other one? Begins with an A.
Adirondacks.
No, that's up north. What's the one down south? Does it begin with an A?
Asperger's.
Whatever. There's one down south a little bit by PA. I want to run a fucking huge cabin or a series of smaller cabins, one bigger one, and have people just come on over and bring your wine, bring your whiskey, bring your bourbon, bring your beers, or whatever, and let's just play cards and dice games.
Mm-hmm.
No money involved. We just get fucking piled up. Maybe
Yep.
we have a hot tub. Maybe people are in a hot tub. Maybe people are fucking having a snowball fight.
Maybe a fuck room. Whatever. It's cool.
Cabin. And everybody, the worst thing you got to do is walk 20 yards to your fucking cabin.
Sure. Yeah.
But I think that would I just miss playing games. Like, we used to go down to Columbus all the time. We either played euchre or this 3-man game with dice. One of the fucking greatest games ever. And
I don't think I've ever played. Here's the thing about drinking games. You don't remember that you played it until you start playing it, and then you remember it.
Yeah.
It's like
But we played asshole up here. It was standard rules, but we went down to Allegheny. Thanks, Phil, though. Appreciate you. It did begin with an A. But you go down to Columbus and they had a different set of fucking rules. We're like, hey, we'll play by your rules, but let's run this through a couple times for free, just so we know what you're doing, because it would change. They changed some shit.
Yeah.
But that 3-man game, it was 2 dice and a fuck ton of alcohol.
It seemed like there was like regional beer pong rules too. Like, you could chase
Walk
the fucking
through
bounce
elbows.
back.
Yeah.
Like,
You
and
can
then
bounce.
it gets aggressive. Like, people
Can
are
only bounce
fighting.
once. Yeah.
It's like, okay, are we here just to get banged up and drink, or do we want a fist fight over the fucking beer pong?
Wait, we're playing beer pong and there's no money involved. There's no trophy. There's no title belt.
Yeah.
If you win beer pong and me and Hurley went, I don't know, 30-1 one weekend down in Columbus. We couldn't get beat. And we did talk a lot of shit about it, but nobody knows. Nobody's going to remember that day.
Yeah.
Me and Hurley are going to remember that day.
There's no
Nobody
plaque.
else is going to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I just miss days of like house. I'm like, I kind of want to, when we move, I kind of want to have a house party. Then I'm sitting there going, I'm like, by the time we move, I'm going to be like in my mid 50s. Is it still cool to have house parties? I'm like, but why not? Why not have people come over that are close?
Barn party. You need a barn.
Yeah. Or a barn party.
Yeah. We used to talk all the time when I lived on Hurdle, because we used to have house parties there, which you frequented, allegedly. And
No, I was there.
yes,
Some of those things I don't think we can still talk about
right.
legally.
Were you ever at the Fayetteville Road one? We might not have been friends at that point yet,
No.
but
We were
there
friends
was
when
points-
you moved, when you were at the
at Hurdle ish.
Yeah.
We used to have a guy at the door. This started at Sesh Road. We used to have a guy at the door with an earpiece in with other security people. We had valet parkers at Sesh Road. So I'd take some freshmen that had no friends and be like, hey, you can come to this party. You don't have to pay a cover. Sleep in your car. You're not driving anywhere, number one. But your job is to wear a vest. When people turn on our road, you park it in the field. They get to walk into the thing. After you're done parking cars, you come in. You
just
get
say, hey, at midnight, we're just going to call it, and whoever shows up after
free
that.
entry. Yeah. But still, whether you're a DD or whether you're buying a cup, everybody pays $5. And we would make $1,000, sometimes $1,500, sometimes $1,600.
Yeah.
And then when you get inside, if you wanted to do a shot, it was $1 a shot, no matter what you wanted. If you wanted a shot of vodka, if you want a shot of shitty tequila, and that bar would make $80, $100.
Dude, just think about that though. You used to go to a keg party. I used to throw keg parties down at the
You're
creek.
all in $6 and you're fucking size.
Yes.
And
$5. Go see somebody throw $5 in the bucket or whatever. Get a cup.
Yep.
And when we run out of fucking beer, we take that bucket. And I always had reserve kegs at the 2 bars in Strikersville. And as long as we got there before like 1 in, we just showed up with a bucket full of money, and they always gave it to us at fucking cost. So it was like back then, it was $45 for a keg of beer.
$30, $30
Here you
because
go.
you already got the tap. Yeah.
They're fucking, yeah. And they're like, we'll bring this shit back tomorrow, and nobody's the wiser. I'm like, fuck, dude.
Fayetteville, they would deliver. So we would call the guy, and he was, there's a problem with him mentally, but.
Well, he was like Alan's tuxedo guy in The Hangover.
Yeah. But we'd call this guy and be like, hey, we need another one. And they'd bring another one by. They'd take the empty one back. And it was like $35. And we're getting like fucking, it was not Busch Light at the time. Molson Ice, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Molson Light or something like that. But like,
Molson
if it's cold,
Labatt Ice, yeah.
If it's cold, you don't know what you're drinking.
We used to get Labatt and shit like that back in the day because it was just like, hey, I used to tell the bar people, what do you sell the most of? Just in case we don't drink it, it's not going to go to waste because they always
cold blue light, crushing it.
And they just said, okay, these are the ones. I'm like, all right, I'll take 4 of that one and 1 of the other one, and then can I get 1 of each on reserve in case we need them? At least I know they're going to use them. And
well,
Tim
came up with this idea because Tim is a low key.
God damn it! I want to have a fucking
genius
keg party now.
He goes, we should buy a house somewhere in a commercially registered house. Get a liquor license, and we'll call it the house party. And it operates like a house party. You come in, we're gonna have to pay a little bit more, so you get $10 for a cup. You're paying $10 all you can drink in draft beer. That's a win-win, right? Because we're making what? What's a beer at a bar? Maybe 40 cents. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So you're not going to drink 15 beers to where we're under. Not every person's going to drink 15 beers. So we'll call it house party. And there's cards, there's poker, there's whatever. Keep it on the up and up. You can't gamble for money, allegedly. And we map this whole fucking thing out. Outdoor, there's a guy playing music. There's an outdoor area. We got the big fucking lights, the string lights, all that kind of shit. And then we were like, that's a fucking great idea. And then we never did anything about it because that's the kind of friends I had. We never did anything with our great ideas because a drunk idea is just a tad lower than a good Coke idea.
I mean, we used to have keggers at the creek, and I used to bring the stereo system, which I still have. One of the speakers is right here. The other one is hooked up to the what the fuck were those things called back in the day when you had like the receiver, the tuner, the cassette deck,
I
the
would say
CD
the
player?
stereo system.
Yeah, like is it a whole system? Is that what?
Yeah, I would
what
call
was-
it a system. Yeah. Yeah.
It's Fisher, and I got it from Run a Center, and the fucking thing bangs.
Yeah.
It is loud as fuck. Sounds amazing. I got
Yep.
it in the 90s, and I still have it here. I won't get rid of it because it's either going to be a great garage speaker sound system, which I have in the garage now. And my cousin Dave found a way to he told me about a Bluetooth adapter
Yeah.
that I can run
Yep.
in through like one of the RCA outlets or whatever
Yep.
and attach Bluetooth
You got to go
to it.
the red and the white.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
In
Yep.
and out, and then it's got a Bluetooth box in the at top, and I
Yep.
just attach it. I can play fucking Pandora, Spotify, YouTube, whatever, right through it. Just absolute hammers. I used to drag that thing down to the creek, put the speakers up on top of my parents'
that
motorhome.
your entire car.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
I mean, it used to. I mean, fuck, this speaker's got to be 3.5 feet tall.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
fucking huge. And it's got the big fucking sub in the bottom. And that's got the mid range. It's got a little tweeter at the top. I mean,
Yep.
dude, it fucking it makes noise. And we used to just I had a 60 disc CD changer, which back in the day, 60 disc CD changer, bruh,
Unheard of. Yeah.
unheard of. I would
And if
just
you get
put
the
it on
ones that can
fucking
read the
shuffle.
data discs, and so like Ryan used to burn these discs where they were data discs, and some like I had a system in my bedroom at Sesh Road that was a DVD player, but it would also play data discs. So Ryan would burn like 150 songs onto
Just put
one
on
disc,
CD. Yeah.
and that thing would play the entire fucking night.
Yeah. Biggie used to do that shit for us.
Yeah,
too.
Biggie, same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you never run out of songs.
But I would put that thing on shuffle. I mean, you had to wait for it to go, if it played.
It's not seamless. Yeah.
No, it'd play disc 32, song 5, and then it'd have to move back to disc 16, song 1, and it would go back and forth, but you didn't have to fuck with it.
Yeah.
It got quiet, people could talk, people were filling up beers, and I mean, we just had bangers, and everybody go throw $5 in a bucket.
Mhm.
And honestly, half the people probably didn't pay, and the other half that paid literally just paid for us to go get more beer.
Yeah.
And pay for, I mean,
You're
I
breaking
don't even know
even.
if we had food. We weren't there to make money. I just
Yeah,
didn't want
you
to
had a great
lose
night,
money.
yeah.
That's all. And everybody had a fucking riot. I want to have another one this summer down there.
We had a full-on operation. Tim and Owen were the best at coordinating it. Chan would run the door because Chan didn't give a fuck about anybody.
And he was Asian. He's good at math.
Yeah. But we would
You gotta
do
make
we'd do the
change.
Tim show.
And he didn't drink. Yeah.
That was the early days of the Tim show. We would actually have a guest couch with mics
It was white.
and we'd do a talk show at our parties. And that should have been recorded, probably admissible in court, but it should have been recorded, and then we should have edited it and put it up on the internet. And because that was probably 2004 or 5-ish, and YouTube was just getting started. And I look at those things like Vanderbilt, shipping, railroads are the future. Like, I look at all that stuff and go, what did I miss big in my life? And it is essentially that. That's
Bitcoin.
it. Now, would I have ever been Mr. Beast? Definitely not. But would we have had, I don't know, 20,000, 30,000 subscribers and made some money on it? I just never thought it was a monetizable thing. I just thought you just put shit up on the internet, period.
Yeah. Nobody really ever thought that.
Yeah. Now there's girls that sell their feet and they make $180,000 a month.
Girls felt.
Oop.
Girls smell. I got my own head. I got my own
Yeah. And take
Girls
3-year-old.
go. Girls will sell bathwater
Yeah.
in a little mason jar.
Yeah.
For $60 and people are buying it.
Mhm.
They'll fart in a jar or in a
Yep.
sandwich bag and sell it to you, and people buy it. They'll wear their a pair of underwear and they'll do a 5-minute little dance session, and then they'll sell those for $100. People are buying it. I'm like, this is the society. This is where we're at right now.
So
Common Core math and stupid fucking people.
this brings me to a little thing that I went through today.
What? Segue.
So I go to Wild Wings and I'm like, I spent a good amount of money today. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go have some wings, have 2 beers, call it a day, do the podcast later. She's like, cool.
Who's
I
she?
go there. The only 2 people at the bar are me. Go ahead, Daryl.
Who is she?
The wife.
Okay.
My wife.
I
Like my wife.
okay. I just wanted to clarify this.
So I just want to make sure it's cool, because I had to be back by like 6:30. I was back by 5:30. Nice. Noted. Got to make sure that everyone knows this.
Yeah. Okay.
Because usually back by 6:27. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, you said 6:30. I was home 3 minutes early.
Mm-hmm. You don't get credit for that.
No,
Get credit
no.
for the hour back,
Still, I don't even get credit for coming home an hour early.
So
I don't get times anymore.
I'm sitting at the bar and there's this really heavy guy at the bar and he's just on his phone. I'm watching like whatever sports highlights they got, but
As one does.
yeah, Wild Wings does a good job at playing some sports and shit or looking at trivia or whatever. There's always something to look at.
Yeah.
And I'm eating my wings and I start judging this guy. And like inner monologue, if we were like that video I just showed you, little echo, I'm like, look at this fucking guy at the bar by himself. Piece of shit. Like he's all fat and shit. And then I'm like, you're also at the bar by yourself. Sorry, Daryl, go ahead.
I had that same thing go on. When me and Charlie were in Ann Arbor, we went to that Blue Leprechaun bar. And we were down at the far end of the bar by the waitress station. And him and I were sitting at the farthest 2 seats. And then there was a spot. And then there was one of those type of dudes dressed shabby. He's wearing,
same
thing.
thing.
I'm just going to say gray sweatpants. They might have been darker. They might have been black,
you
whatever.
Literally are seeing the guy
had a zip up hoodie. And he's got a laptop at the bar.
Yep.
And I'm sitting close enough where if he did something, I could look over and see what it was.
Sure.
And he's drinking water.
This guy was drinking soda.
Same thing.
Yeah.
You're really not. I mean, you're paying for one. With water, you're not paying for anything. This guy is taking up a seat at a bar on a Saturday
way
night.
busier bar than the bar I was at today, by the way. Like, the Blue Leprechaun fills up.
Yeah. And nobody's batting an eye about this.
No.
Like he knows the bartenders. They know him by name and everything. But he's one of those weird dudes. And you just wonder, like, what the fuck are you doing here that you can't do at home?
Yeah.
It's one thing if you're drinking a glass of water right now and then a beer comes because you wanted whatever. And then you did a shot, but then you went back to water. It'd be different if you were doing that. But a dude just kept drinking his water, put it down the bar. She'd walk by, fill it up, and set his water back down.
And they always go, do you need anything else? Like Brian? Like, and you're like,
what a great name for one of those people. Yeah.
Like, but I'm empty and I pay $4 per. This guy's on constant refills.
And if you're cute and you keep drinking my beers and talk to me, I'm probably going to tip you a little bit more because we're men 100%. And we do stupid shit like that. So you're going to make more money. And this dude might leave you $1, if anything.
Yep.
And you entertainment. This is okay.
Yeah. So part of me, then I go to, there's got to be something wrong with him. Yeah.
You go right there. Is he on the spectrum? Is this one of those guys? And it's like, all right. Back to something. Who wears?
And I'm like, am I one of those guys?
No. This dude's wearing a plain pocket t-shirt with a plain fucking zip-up hoodie with gray sweatpants.
Yeah.
And New Balance sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
Who goes out like and sits in a bar like that? Are these same people that go sit at a strip club and pay strippers to talk to them?
True. Good point.
Because they're there. We've all seen that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the cardinal rule. Do not wear sweatpants to a strip club. Something with a belt or something with a really good elastic waistline that you can tuck your shit into.
Nice. You can reach that. Nice.
Yeah. You can't.
Whatever. If I wear them really low, I found this not encouraging for my life.
Why is it?
I was wearing pants.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I usually wear like gym shorts.
I'm wearing basketball shorts right now.
Like, yeah, through meetings and stuff like that. I'll wear something like this.
Yeah.
They don't see the bottom.
Business up top. Yeah. I mean, just like all the COVID Zoom calls.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're a shirt and their tie, and then they're in their boxers or basketball shirt. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm so used to pissing and just pulling the stuff up, you know? And I walk out into the bar like last week because it started to get a little cold around here. Finally hit because it was still like 76 or some shit tonight.
It's hitting. It's here now.
It hit. And I'm walking around and I go to like adjust and my hands go in my pants. I'm like, I didn't do my zipper because I'm so used to just wearing shorts. So I'm not too far off from sweatpants, guy. Like if I could find jeans or if I could find sweatpants that look like jeans, I'd probably just wear those. Question. I forced my child to go to Michigan gear. Do you always dress gay? So gay tourist.
None of that makes a whole bunch of sense, but
could use a comma.
Could use some different punctuation, some different words, but it's also
I gotta tell you, 15. Michigan's kind of like a drug. There's a guy that I would send a picture of you when I see him, or I have a few times. His son goes to Michigan. I think he's so insanely proud of his son for going to Michigan and getting into Michigan, and he's from here. That he always has a Michigan hat on, always wears like a Michigan, his basically the same coat as yours, but his is blue and a yellow M. Same thing.
I have that one.
And he's watching the Michigan basketball game the other day, which they don't look good, but
what? Okay.
They didn't look great. But I think Michigan's kind of like a drug. That's cool.
I mean, you can say that about any sports team, right?
Kind of.
I mean, you can say that with the Bills.
No, they're kind of like.
I know you're not a wee guy, but that's okay.
No, the Bills to me are unnecessary anxiety. Like I keep thinking, let's say the Bills keep doing well. And let's say they get to the place where we all hope that they could go. Part of me goes, I don't know if I'll watch the game. And then the other part of me goes, I might watch it, but I'll watch it by myself. But I have a lot of friends that are kind of like vested, in
both play, I think.
Same thing.
Yeah.
They're vested in how I feel about the team. And they've also, by proxy, become kind of fans of the team too.
Yeah.
So I know they're all going to watch it with me, or they want to. But if it's a really close game, I might go watch it down here.
Like, I'm not. I mean, like you said, but the whole thing by proxy. I mean, one of my very good my childhood friends, his kid ended up getting drafted by the Otters in the OHL.
Yeah.
Ontario Hockey League's a big fucking deal. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're 3/4 of the way there.
Yep.
I bought a jersey.
Yeah.
Bought hats, bought shirts. Kids got jerseys. We went to a lot of the games.
Yep.
We support them. Actually, 3 of us, me, Phil, and Kyler, going down January 10th. They are retiring McDavid's number.
Oh, cool.
So we got tickets for that game. We're all just going to go down and get all fucked up. Kyle's kid, Caleb, who played for the Otters, is driving.
Nice.
Because he's only 20. Sucker. We're going to get fucked
Loser.
up down there and on the way back. But if I were to just say, get tired of New York and you somehow talk me into moving down near you, you guys go to a lot of SIU games.
We do.
I would adopt them like a stepbrother. I would go to the games. I'd probably buy a shirt or a hat.
Yeah, I got no dog in the fight, but
yeah, that's
it's
it.
great to be there. Yeah.
While I'm there and they're the local team, and obviously you can drink at those games because that's you drinking. So that I would partake of
Yeah.
buying a t-shirt or a long sleeve or a hoodie and a hat, and I'd rock it every once in a while, game days, and go to a game or two here and there, or 6 or whatever, because it's a good time. But it's just that
Yeah,
little bit.
I don't live and die by him, you know. But
I mean, Adam's stuck in the 90s. He's really not a sports guy. I don't think he was ever really an athlete. He doesn't have that build.
he's very svelte,
Yeah.
wiry, if you will.
He's soft in places, I've heard.
In his cock?
Phil, you already fucking knew, you asshole. I asked fucking Kyle about it too. Because at first, one night, me and Kyle are at work, and he told me about it. He's like, all right, so me, Phil, and Kyle are in a group chat. And he's like, yo, Phil, you're busy on this date. Phil's like, nope, got shit to do in the morning. I'm like, no, we'll literally kidnap your ass. So we're going back and forth about it. And then it was like last week, I asked Kyle, I'm like, Phil, no. He's like, fuck yeah, he knows. Like, he figured it out. Phil's not dumb. I think Phil's got his kid's birthday or a hockey game in the morning. Because at first I was like, dude, we should just get a hotel room and just fucking fire it up.
For sure. Yeah.
But then he's like, we can get Caleb to drive, or his girlfriend. 3 of us can sit in the back and fucking smash beers down and back. And you can be home by 1 in the morning.
Sure.
Like, fuck, dude, pick me up at Vinny's Friday afternoon. Drop me off there on the way back. You just probably about 5 minutes out of your way.
Yeah. I got to pick up my liability.
Yeah. Catch an Uber from there. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Both. All right. See, both. We had both.
It's a double celebration. Yeah. Yeah. I just, I don't know, man. I could see why later in life my dad was, and again, my dad was our age through the Super Bowl years.
What do you mean? Like
he was probably like mid 30s to 40s.
What year was your dad born?
63 or 64.
So he was only 30
Yeah.
during the Super Bowl years. So he's not our age. He was younger.
Yeah. Way younger.
Yeah, I was in my teens and early 20s.
God, yeah.
You were like 10.
Yeah.
You were a fucking infant.
I was a baby.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe my dad was born in, what did I say, 40s?
No, you just said like 63, 64.
No, that's a lie. Maybe
My parents were born in 50 and 51.
Maybe my dad was born in 45. I don't
How
know.
old's your mom now?
I have no idea.
Jesus Christ, you're awful.
I don't know how old my sisters are. I have no idea.
Let me call your mom. Oh, that's right. I don't have her number anymore.
I'll text my sister, Becky.
She gonna answer, or is she playing video games? She's still doing that?
Yeah, she's awesome at it.
Good.
She's
Good.
fucking good.
Good.
Her guy is fucking amazing.
All right. So let me just backtrack on that. Yes, you have said that. I've met him.
Born?
I've met him. The kids adore him. He's a pretty cool dude. He's an English guy, right? English, British, English.
Yep.
Whatever. And it was like your sister met him online on Twitch while she's playing video games with her tits hanging out, and she's got an internet boyfriend. And I'm like, yeah, this dude's not fucking real, whatever. And then he came over here and hung out. And then did she go over to see him?
She hasn't yet.
All right, but then he's come over here a ton of times.
Yes. Yeah.
And whatnot. So
well,
and then your sister reached out to me to get him a Josh Allen jersey.
Yeah, he got flagged because he came here too many times. This is him. This is One Speed.
Yeah. So he's he's like a video. He's a gamer.
Yes. Yeah. He was wearing a Bills hat in one of them. But he's
As someone who's experiencing Metal Gear Rising Revengeance,
as someone who's experiencing Metal Gear
for the first time, it is blowing me away. Oh my god, this is...
He's a sweetheart, man. He's
a nice dude. I remember we met him. He
came to Vinny's.
He came to Vinny's, and he was super fucking cool.
Yeah, He's
So I'm
the
like,
cool-
I'm glad your sister did not get scammed or catfished by some internet dude that wasn't real. He was
Nah,
actually real.
he's awesome as fuck.
And he's come over a bunch of times and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a pretty cool dude. And like I said, I mean, they do the gaming thing, and I'm glad it's working out for him. That's
Yeah.
something I can't do.
Yeah, when I heard that she met somebody through gaming, I'm like, all right. But then, because as an older brother,
The internet
kinda-
is a weird place, dude.
yeah, you kind of get a little cagey about like who your sister's going to be with, and
Yeah.
that kind of shit, especially like not having a dad around where you're like,
Hey, Dad, talk some sense into this.
yeah,
bitch,
you're kind of
you
like
know?
the only remaining thing. But then again, like if I interject, let's say someone's with somebody and I go, hey, the guy's kind of a dick, then that drives a wedge between me and the sister,
Yeah.
and I really don't want to do that, we're not a talk every day or every week or every month type of family. We just never have been, and that's cool. But when I first met him, I was kind of like, whatever, I was just trying to
Weirdo,
yeah, play it easy. But
Oh,
man,
dude, you literally play video games on the internet.
yeah, but he is
But
a
shit,
fucking cool dude. I genuinely love that guy.
Yeah,
And
super nice guy, man.
like I'm sure you've seen situations where you see someone that you care about date somebody, and then that person becomes part of the group,
Yeah,
and then maybe it just doesn't work out.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
I still would keep in contact with that kid. I don't talk to him a lot or whatever. Like I will message on Instagram every now and then, but like I still would want to make sure that he's doing okay. You know what I mean? Like even if they don't work out, but he is a bad motherfucker. And the easy entry into like getting my approval on anything is how you are with my kids. And my kids ask about that motherfucker all the time. And that's like,
well,
that's cool.
Max is into that shit though, right?
He is, yeah.
Like he'll watch people play video games, like Brady does too.
Yeah, and Max is really into video games himself. He's I let him play Call of Duty.
System or like does he play on a system?
A little bit of both. He does a lot of Minecraft. He does
Brady
what's
plays
the other one? He
Minecraft,
does some Fortnite
Roblox.
stuff. He does
Brady
Roblox.
doesn't do Fortnite. He does Roblox and Minecraft.
Yeah, Max, what he won or was like in second place in a Fortnite thing, he was just like, again, it's tough when you don't know the language, know?
Dude, it's
so he comes, he's like, I was doing this, whatever, and explain all shit, but like his level of excitement, I'm like, dude, that's fucking great, man. That's fucking awesome. You're proud of your son for achieving something that he didn't think he was going to be able to achieve. But this kid, my sister's boyfriend, I hope they're still dating. It will just be like, oh, would you get this? Did you? Because if you go here, you can get that, and then you can do this, and it's like, and his head's like, this is the coolest motherfucker of all time.
I thought about secretly downloading like Roblox on my phone,
just trying to get it. Yeah, trying to understand it.
Trying to understand it and trying to build shit. And then have Aubrey tell me what like Brady's name is and where to find him and go fuck with him. And while I'm just sitting on my phone playing or whatever, he's on his iPad. Like Aubrey will be like, hey, let's go to Brookhaven or whatever. That's the one name I remember them talking about.
Yeah.
They'll go in and play on their iPads with it against each other. I don't know what you do. And I would just like to go over and just keep fucking with his house or whatever I could do to piss him off and just hear him screaming about this guy, Dark Raven, and knowing that it's me. And then eventually like getting on a level where I could play the game well and let him know I'm like, bro, I'm Dark Raven. And he's like, no. And I just show my phone. He's like,
yeah.
I mean, right now it's like he comes home from school, takes care of his lunch shit, asks me if he has any special chores. No. He immediately knows. He runs over and grabs his book. He sits down, he starts reading. I'm like, are you started? He's like, yeah. I'm like, hang on a second, man. I get my book. I'm reading a huge hardcover book right now. It's got one of the paper sleeves around the outside. It's a Dale Brown book. It's about like B-52 bombers in Lithuania. It's like it's a army
Fun.
black ops kind of shit. I love those kind of books.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Flight of the War Dog, Old Dog, Battle of the Old Dog, something like
So
that.
is it in the 40s?
No, it's present day.
It's now?
Back in, like,
Wow,
the
okay.
90s and early 2000s.
Cool.
I mean, it's not obviously real, but it's fiction. And I'll take the sleeve off and open my book. I'll start the timer, and I have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
Reading.
Oh, okay. So
Brady's gonna get done with reading. Go right.
25 minutes gets over. The alarm goes off, and he finishes his chapter. Like his chapters are short. I'm like, mine are 50, 60 pages long. I'm not reading that in 25 minutes. So he's like, did you finish? What chapter? And I'm like, bro, I'm 260 pages into this book. I'm at chapter 4.
Here's my problem. And I got to ask
So they have big breaks in there. So I'll read to the next break.
Yeah.
And I'll put my bookmark in there, and at least I know where to start the next.
Do you dog ear?
No, I have I have no idea. I won't fuck up with a book like that. I don't even open it all the way.
My
like,
problem
open
is
it at like a fucking, what is that? A 90-degree angle.
My problem is I dog ear everything except like a friend that lived near me in Apex knew I was a Hemingway guy, and he was cleaning out his like great grandma's like house, and she was kind of a hoarder, and in the closet were not first edition but really, really old Hemingway books, and he brought them over, and I've never opened one of them.
Yeah,
I have all those books.
You don't want to fuck up the spine.
They're just kind of like this great gift. Like if you give me a hat, I'll wear that hat more than I'll wear a hat that I'll buy for myself. It's just the way it is. I don't know why that is. I just think, even if it's a used hat, I stole a hat from Miles. It didn't fit him that well, and I've now lost it, which is driving me fucking crazy. But I wear that hat all the time because it's kind of a gift from my friend. It's just the way that I deal. I don't know where that is emotionally and how that fits. I'll probably have to ask Amelia,
your therapist.
But my therapist is fucking awesome, and she's becoming like a massive star now, and it's driving me crazy. She has her own podcast and shit.
Why are we not on it, or she's not on ours? I mean,
it's a conflict of interest. I do help her with audio a lot. I'm like, you need to do this, you need to for sound compression, do that. But yeah, that's a great gift. I just kind of just let them sit, and they're kind of like on a bookshelf, and they look cool. And they smell good. They like old books just smell good, you know. Sometimes you go into an attic and you're like, oh, it smells fucking awesome in here. Like, what kind of treasures are in this bitch? You know, I'm gonna find One-Eyed Willie's map. You know, but yeah, I dog ear everything. But the problem is, I read the same books over and over again.
I've made a mistake. I went out and bought like 10 books when I fucked up my shoulder. I went right to the bookstore. I'm like, I'm not gonna have nothing to do. I'm gonna read some books. Well, I couldn't hold a book right because my arm was pinned to my fucking chest. So they just sat there. So when Brady's like, I gotta read, I'm like, dude, I need to read. So when people hear that I read books, like that I love to read, their fucking head starts spinning. They're like, what? I'm like, dude, I love to read. I'm like, what do you like? This, that, and everything. I'm like, dude, I like Anne Rice books about vampires.
Cool.
I love fiction about like black ops, like mostly like planes and fucking Marine Corps infiltrations and shit. And it's kind of about it. I'm not a huge history buff or whatever. I enjoy books that once I'm in it, like this book now, I'm halfway through it, I'm in it.
There's a book.
I cannot wait to barrel through this because I got another one just as big. But I fucked up going to the bookstore, which I go to once every 2 years. And I bought the same book that I've had before.
Oh,
and I started reading it. I get about 30 pages in. I go, it's really familiar.
It's oddly familiar.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, I flipped to halfway through and I start reading paragraph. I'm like, fuck, I've read this book before. You know, I have been here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just people just see me and hear me and see me on Facebook and shit. And they're like, I remember one day I was over to Big Hurt's house having beers with him and Brandy. And I mentioned to them that I read books with Brady, and fucking, he almost dropped his glass. He goes, you read? I'm like, all the time, dude. I love it. He's like, I never fucking would have pegged you. I'm like, most people don't.
I've gotten away from it recently because I'm always sending emails and stuff like that. So I think, on average monthly, I write like 31,000 words when I'm not even writing
on our
stuff.
movie.
No, when I'm writing stuff that I don't even want to write, like I'm writing correspondence to my customers, but there's a book that I have it's a real book. It's by Tim Kennedy. It's called Scars and Stripes.
Scars and
Stripes.
Stars.
He's a real life like Navy SEAL dude. I'll send it to
shit
you.
like that. I love that. Yeah.
I'll just give you the book. It is.
Bring it up when you come for Christmas.
I like to read when I'm like close to bed. So I'm reading it, and it got to some points where this guy is literally going into a place where he's fighting against the Taliban, and they have women and children as bullet shields.
Yeah.
And he throws a grenade. Yes. Yeah. Phildo, that guy. He throws a grenade.
I saw that documentary.
It's great. Yeah. So he's literally like, and he also is so crazy. He also fought in the UFC. Jocko Willink is probably my first favorite American hero. Like that should be actual Captain America.
Not like G.I. Joe.
Second would be like Captain America. Have you ever heard Jocko Willink's Good?
The real American hero is
Jocko Willink, dude. Okay, I know we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah, because I gotta pee.
We can do this.
Okay, let's do it.
This
gonna fucking
really
suck.
grinds my gears. Jocko Good. So this guy, it's 2 minutes, 20 seconds. We got time. Let me get through the commercial.
Dude, yeah, we do have time.
Dude, we have a time machine. Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
So this is a guy so this dude is Jocko Willink, okay? He actually writes kids' books that you should get for Brady. It's awesome. About leadership and not being a follower, that kind of shit. This fucking guy would hang off of an aircraft carrier going through the Indian Ocean at night with his friends and do pull-ups. If you fall, you're dead. Like, that's how nuts this guy is. But he's talking about when bad things happen. And believe me, I've been there. So I had to listen to this a lot over the last 6 years. But he's talking about when things go bad, this is how he would process it.
One of my direct subordinates, one of my guys that worked for me, he would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on.
First of all, his face looks like he
looks like he belongs in every fucking black or Navy SEALs movie.
Yeah. He's the real deal.
Yeah. And he'd say, boss, we got this and that and the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good. And finally one day he was telling me about some issue that he was having, some problem. And he said, I already know what you're going to say. And I said, well, what am I going to say? He said, you're going to say good. He said, that's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say good. And I said, well, yeah, when things are going bad, there's going to be some good that's going to come from it. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. Didn't get promoted? Good. More time to get better. Oh, mission got canceled? Good. We can focus on another one. Didn't get funded. Didn't get the job you wanted. Got injured. Sprained my ankle. Got tapped out? Good. Got beat? Good. You learned. Unexpected problems? Good. We have the opportunity to figure out a solution. That's it. When things are going bad, Don't get all bummed out. Don't get startled. Don't get frustrated. If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well, you know, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
Dude, like that makes me want to run through a goddamn brick wall.
Yeah, that was sick, man.
Yeah. But Tim Kennedy wrote this book about his life. And it starts off with him swimming out into shark-infested waters. I know you can test this, towards Alcatraz-ish.
Not sure.
And he's naked. He's swimming out till he can't swim anymore. He's gonna kill himself. And he gets rescued. And then what? And then he becomes Navy SEAL. Then he becomes Special Forces, or maybe Special Forces only, maybe not Navy SEAL. Then he fights in the UFC. But he talks about his missions, man, and it's real life stuff.
Yeah,
and
that's the shit I love hearing about.
There's times where I could read like 2 pages, and I know that if I read one more page, I'm not going to be able to sleep.
Yeah.
It's fucking great because I like to read as a bookend to the day.
Yeah.
If I do sleep in my bed, which very rarely happens because apparently I snore a lot. So we'll cash out of here. We'll do one more.
Yeah, we can. I got time. I got an hour.
Cool.
I just set my alarm.